Hello everyone out there in Facebook world. It is Friday and it's time for our Mahogany Motivational Moment. Sorry that I got in right at 2 o'clock today. It's kind of hot out here today, so y'all pray for me that I'm able to get through this. I feel like my head is in an oven right now. But anyway, welcome to the Mahogany Bronze Hour's Mahogany Motivational Moment for today. Hello Rod, thank you for tuning in. Sis, Ernestine, thank you guys all for tuning in for Friday's Mahogany Motivational Moment. Today, I pray that it be a blessing to you and that you guys are able to take this and share it with your family and friends to be a blessing for them as well. Now, today on the Mahogany Bronze Hours, Mahogany Motivational Moment, we're going to be talking about the carrot, the egg, or the coffee bean. Which one are you? Hi sis, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. So, carrot, egg, or the coffee bean, which one are you? Now, you guys may have heard me talk about this a little bit more before, but we're gonna do it again today because I think it's time. I think that what's happening with a lot of people is that people are going through stuff and they don't realize what's going on. These times, just from judging what's going on with the political stance in this country and the racial tension in this country, you kind of get a sense or a feel that something different is happening, right? So, thank you so much, Ernestine. I do too, honey. Hopefully over the weekend, I can just clear out and be better. But to God be all the glory, we're not going to let anything stop this, sister girl. But thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate that. But I think that people are getting a little frustrated because they don't understand what's really going on with them. They don't understand that these times are just getting far, we're getting closer and closer to Jesus coming back. So it's almost like you got to expect that things are the fire is getting a little hotter now. So you have to know that you know that you know. This is not the time to be sucked in with false prophets. This is not the time to be sucked in with scams and fraud and all this kind of stuff. This is the time to know what you know to be true. And it's time to walk in it, live in it, and allow God to do what he said he's going to do. God is able to do just what he said he would do. So we have to allow that process to take place. Now, but today, I think it's very important for us to know who we are. Hi, Venice. Hi, Charles. Thanks for tuning in. I think it's very important for us to know who we are. And the way you do that is you kind of have to just analyze it. So today I'm going to help you. So by the time this broadcast is over today, the next 20 minutes or so, you're going to find out if you are a carrot, if you're an egg, or if you're a coffee bean. And I want every single one of you that's watching this broadcast to put in the notes here what you are. And be honest, because we tell the truth here. If you're really not a coffee bean, don't say you're a coffee bean, because this is the only way you're going to find out where you are and where you need to be and what you got to do to get there. Okay? So, we're going to break it down. Now, in life, we are all challenged with heat. We are all challenged with fire. We're all put in the fire. Sometimes we find ourselves going through stuff and we can't explain it. We don't understand why it's happening. All we know is that it's happening to us. Now, we're going to do a comparison because, like I said, you need to know where you are in your faith. Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to having faith in God. You have to, because the Bible says that without it, it's impossible to please Him. So, we have to be honest and take a true assessment of where we are. Hi, Jerome and Elka. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right. So, I want you guys to stay with me. We have 3 pots of boiling water. Okay? I wish I could physically have 3 pots of boiling water so I can actually really just do this for you. But we have 3 pots of boiling water right here. The boiling water represents the pressures of life, the heat, the hardships, the hard knocks, the things that we have to deal with from day to day. They're all boiling, hot as it can get. Okay? Now, I have 3 objects, and I'm going to place those objects in the boiling water because they're all of the boiling waters are at the same temperature. So for those people that want to make excuses to think your pot's hotter than mine, no. People try to use that excuse. Well, you've been through stuff. You did this. Your stuff wasn't as bad as mine. No. Today, we're all on the equal playing field. We got 3 pots of boiling water. All of them are at like 500 degrees. Okay? I'm going to take an egg. I'm going to take a carrot. And I'm going to take a coffee bean. And I'm going to place each one of those objects in this boiling hot water, in these hot pressures of life. And each one of them will respond differently. Hi, Janae. How are you, sweetie? Thank you so much for tuning in. I miss you. Love you. Okay? Because such as life, okay? We're all exposed to different things, but it's how you go in. Some of us are going in those hot pressures of life, and we're coming out differently, as you will see from this demonstration. Now, the carrot. Let's just talk about the carrot. What is the carrot? The carrot is hard. Now, the objects represent people. So I want you guys to think about it as I'm going, so you can recognize yourself in one of these objects, because you're one of them. The carrot, these are the people that are hard. A carrot is hard. Carrot is solid through and through. These are the people that just know their stuff. They know their stuff. Their stuff is together. They're educated. They make good money. They live in nice homes. They're awesome. They think they got it going on. Okay? They're hard. They're tough to break. Think about a real carrot. They're tough to break. Ain't a carrot hard to break unless you got some really good teeth? Now, you can't go biting on a carrot with some dentures. They're going to come out. All right? I'm just saying. So, a carrot is hard to break, right? So, when you have a carrot, these are the people, they're solid. They know that they know that they know. They're hard to break. You're not going to break a carrot. A carrot person. A carrot-minded person. All right. So, now you have the carrot. But let me tell you what happens to the carrot when it goes in that hard water, in that boiling hot water. When it is exposed to the pressures of life, let me tell you how the carrot responds. It becomes mushy. This one thing, this person that at one time used to be hard through and through, you know those kind of people. Ain't nothing gonna break me, baby, I got it. But soon as the pressures of life get to them, they're in that hot boiling water, they get soft. Now they're so mushy, you don't even need a fork to cut them. They break easily. Now every little thing that you say to them, they fall apart. This is a carrot. This is a being, this is an object that was once so hard, you couldn't bite it unless you had good teeth. Okay? You had to, you know. So, this is what pressure will do to those kind of people. Are you one of those kind of people? Are you one of those kind of people that, you know, you pose to be very confident, very secure, very honest and forthright in everything that you do, but as soon as a little heat gets to you, you get mushy now. Now you break easily. Okay? That's one of the carrot. That's what the carrot is. Now, the next object is the egg. Hey, how's it going? Hey, buddy.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know we was on camera.
Yeah. We're on camera, man. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. I know, right? So hi, Leonard. How are you, dear? Thank you so much for tuning in. Next object we have is the egg. Now, you guys all are familiar with the egg. The egg has a hard outer shell. These are the people that are hard on the outside. They appear to be hard. You look at an egg, it's hard, right? But guess what's on the inside? It's mushy. You know, these are the people that really, they pretend to be so tough, but at night they cry. And nobody knows they cry. Everybody thinks they got it together, but there's some things that have happened to them in their life that they don't really share with other people. They may have experienced molestation or something in their life as a child that they hold in. That makes them that mush. But they're hard on the outside. When you see them, you see an egg, you're like, man, this person can't, they're good. They don't know that the person is really mushy on the inside. But guess what happens when they're exposed to the boiling hot waters of life? They're in that boiling water, and that shell is still hard. But guess what? Their insides get hardened. You know what happens to an egg? You put an egg in boiling hot water, what happens to it? The inside, what used to be a mushy little yolk, now it's hard. See, that's what happens to some of you in life. You go in hard, but you allow these pressures to change you. You become someone that you don't like. You become this person that's now going through the motions with everything. You don't care about anything. You're like, you know what? They hurt me, so now I'm just going to be very robotic. I'm just going to go through the motions. I'm going to go to church every Sunday because, you know, I got to keep up a certain image. So I'm going to go to church every Sunday. I'm going to do all the things that I used to do, but my heart has changed. Now, what does God say about when you do things and your heart ain't right? It's not received, right? So now they're just continuing to go through the motions. They're in church, but you better not ask them to get on a committee or something. They're going to probably cuss you out. You know people that go to church do cuss. Y'all know that, right? So they're probably going to be that person that talks all the time about church hurt. Okay, you know what gets me when people talk about church hurt? Okay, you got church hurt, but what is world hurt? If the world ain't hurting you, I don't know what is. Okay? So if you go to church and just so happen to get hurt, it's understandable, because who goes to church? People from the world. Does that make sense? How people always say they don't want to go to church because of church hurt? Well, honey, let me tell you, it ain't nothing like world hurt. All right? So free yourself of that today. Now, so far we have the carrot and the egg. So far, both of these guys, and let me tell you something, the thing that's very characteristic of these two items, the egg and the carrot, they both have add value. Think about the carrot. The carrot is something that helps you be able to see better. These are the people that's got vision. These are the people that have promise. These are the people that are adding value to the world because they're giving people more sight, better sight. But they allow the pressures of the world to change them. The carrot is all mushy now. The egg is all hard now. Now I don't want to show love to anybody because people hurt me and I'm not doing anything for nobody else. I got mine, they need to get theirs. Y'all know those people that say, hey, why don't you give to the United Way Fund? Man, I got my education, let them get their education. Don't let them see a homeless person, oh, they can work. You see what I'm saying? It's something that goes on and on and on from then on with these kinds of people. Now you have the carrot, you have the egg. But this is where it's gonna free. This is where it gets interesting. Everybody's not a coffee. I mean, everybody's not a carrot. Everybody's not an egg. Some of us may have some of those similarities, but there are some real coffee beans in the world. Now let me tell you about the coffee bean. Now the coffee bean, it is small. You ever seen a coffee bean? They're like this. Actually, they're like this. Okay? Very small. But they're powerful. Have you seen how powerful? Just one little coffee bean, do you see the aroma it sets off? See, these are those kind of people that they don't care about attention. These are the people that are powerful behind the scenes. These are those people that you probably don't see on Facebook. These are those people that you don't hear about on Facebook. These are the people that are making a difference without being recognized. They're small, but powerful. Now, coffee bean, just for play on words, they have a way of waking us up, literally. Think about it. Coffee bean, you get your coffee in the morning, wakes you up, right? But these kind of people are like that too. They know how to get your attention. They know how to motivate. They know how to inspire people. Now, let me tell you what happens to the coffee bean when it's placed in that hot water. How many people want to take a wild guess what happens to the coffee bean? What happens to the coffee bean when it's got the same pressures of life? Coffee bean people, they go through the same stuff. Some of them have gotten evicted. Some of them have lost money. People have stole from them. People have betrayed them. People have divorced them. People have cheated on them. They're exposed to the same things you are. The same thing the carrot and the egg was exposed to, the coffee bean was exposed to it too. Same hot water. The difference is that when the coffee bean, hello somebody, when the coffee bean hits the hot water, it changes the water. Did you get that? The coffee bean changes the water. See, you know the saying, it's okay to be in the world but not of the world? That's a coffee bean. You can be in the world but not the world in you. That's the coffee bean. Those are the people that are not affected by this. You know why they're able to go in that coffee bean and change the water? Because they're not worried about what people think. They're not worried about trying to be popular. They're not trying to be the first person in the church every Sunday so the pastor will like them more. These are the people that are making a difference when you don't even know it. Those are the coffee bean people, because they didn't allow this world to make them think what's good. They operate by God's standards, not the world's. They don't follow the world's standards. They set standards. Those are coffee bean people. Now you're going to tell me in a minute which one you are. Are you a coffee bean? Be honest. Are you a carrot? Are you an egg? I to be honest with you, I feel like I've been all three. To be honest with you. So that's why I can speak from experience about what it's like to be all three of these. Because I feel like in life, you will hit all three of them at some point. But the ultimate goal, where God needs us to be, is a coffee bean. Because we are supposed to change the world. We are supposed to change the water. The water is not supposed to affect us. Now, does it mean we're not human? No, we're absolutely human. Of course we're human. But we can't keep using that excuse. Okay, if someone makes you angry, you can't cuss them out every time. There has to be at some point where you got to say, you know what? I'm not going to be in this world and allow the world to change me. I'm going to show them what to do when somebody's looking you dead in the face and calling you a nigger. When someone is looking you dead in the face and saying ugly things to you. You know who you are. Why would you let that affect you? See, when you are able to do that, that's when you know you're a coffee bean. When you can stand there in the midst of pressure and allow yourself to not be moved, that's when you know you're a coffee bean. Now, I just wanted to share this with you guys today because I think that it's very important for us to get to a certain place to where we're really able to be effective for God. Remember how I talked a lot about the lamp that sits on the table? A lamp is supposed to be a light for the world, right? And let's say the table is the world and the lamp is sitting on there. It is very hard for that light, that lamp, to be effective. Let's say the table is dark. The table is the world. The world is dark. Just using this for an example. That light is ineffective if it's not on. Then you're just like the world. See, one of the problems is that we're starting to get just like the world. And I say we, because I'm talking about me too. Remember, I'm talking to me first. We are beginning to be so like the world that we starting to look like it, talk like it, walk like it, respond like it. But God needs us to be that light, that lamp on that table that's on. Because it's no good if it's not on, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys today because it's very important for us to make a difference. And the only way we're going to do that is we got to know who we are. And we got to know whose we are. And we got to know why we're the way we are. We have to be honest about where we are so that we can get where we need to be, right? So, carrot, egg, or coffee bean. And just to give you guys a little review. The carrot went into the water hard, unbreakable, came out mushy. The egg went into the water, outer shell hard, inside mushy. But when the pressures of life hit it, it hardened. Now let me tell you what happens to you eggs when you've been into the water too long. This was what happens to my eggs when I cook them. I'm just going to say that. I just had to put it out there. What happens to an egg when it's in the pressures of life too long? It cracks. Everything that was meant to be good is now exposed because the egg is cracked. You were supposed to, that outer shell was supposed to protect you, but you allowed so much of the world to get into you that you crack. We can't be like that, guys. We have to allow God to, the hot water is here. The reason I use the boiling hot water is because that is exactly what when you were born into the hot water. That's just kind of how it is, thanks to Adam and Eve. That's exactly where it is. You were born into hot water. Now, how are you going to come out? How are you going to respond to the pressures of life? How are you going to respond to being in that boiling hot water? Because, see, we're all in 3 pots of boiling hot water. Carrot, egg, and the coffee bean. We're all exposed to the same stuff, but we respond differently. I think that where we need to be coffee beans, because we should not allow the world to change us, but we should change the world. Now, my quote for today, because I have to have a quote. Thank you guys, all of you, for tuning in. I'm so sorry that I haven't stopped to speak to you guys. I just wanted to make sure to get this in. And sometimes when I say hello to everybody, but I'm going to say hello to you guys before I go. Of course, obviously. But the quote for today is, to make a difference in this world, you have to be different than the world. That's the only way you're going to make a difference. When someone looks at you, they should be able to see a difference. If you got a team out there on the football field playing, they're not all wearing the same jerseys. There's not one person out there that has on, if they're playing, if the North and the South are playing, there's not one person out there with both jerseys on. You got to pick a side. Okay? So, I hope you guys have gotten something out of the Mahogany Motivational Moment for today. The purpose of this was to see if you're a carrot, if you're an egg, or if you are a coffee bean. I pray that you are a coffee bean, and I want every one of you right now to put in the notes here. Tell me which one you are. Are you the carrot, are you the egg, or the coffee bean? I want to hear about it. But anyway, I got to get out of here. It has been real. I've enjoyed you guys today. It's Friday. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And I hope that you guys are out there and doing some productive things this weekend. I know I will be very, very busy. And thank you so much for making sure of that. I'll be very busy this weekend, tying up some things with the book and the websites and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. I want to say hello to everyone that took time out of their busy day to come in. Rod, Ernestine, my sister Ann, my sister Barbara Jean, Venice, Charles, Elka, Jerome, Janae, Leonard, thank you so much. LaShandra, Felicia, Shade Chill, thank you so much. Yolanda, William, Antoinette, Anthony, Mary, Steve Prim, classmate, Linda Nettles, Lataje McCall, Juan Ortiz, Angela Denise. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Mahogany Bronze Hours Mahogany Motivational Moment today. If you're just tuning in, play it back. It's going to bless you, because today you're going to find out if you're a coffee bean, if you're an egg, or if you're a carrot. I know it's a weird subject, but you'll get it if you listen to the video. All right? So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I love each one of you. Have a great rest of the afternoon. We'll see you next time right here on Facebook Live at 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday with the next Mahogany Motivational Moment. Have a great, 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 great afternoon. Love ya.